cal ski must all be completed in that 2-minute window. You can rest when you're done. And in every round, you'll add 2 cals on the ski until the final 2, where it's max cals for 2 sets. It's a buy-in. If you're a good swimmer and if you're just comfortable in the pool, do what we saw Moosberger and Turner do. Just wait for the end. And whatever you got left, that's when you send it. The ski erg is one of those monostructural movements, one of the machines that you can put a lot of work in and not get too taxed on the backside.
Let's go down to Nikki Brazier.
The community is out here at the pool today. It is super loud here, and one of the coolest parts of this event is that once all these folks leave the pool, they'll have the opportunity to take this on as well. This is the only event at the CrossFit Games this year that will be performed across all divisions exactly the same way, and there's a version of it posted on the main site today as well. Ish. There's a dry land version in case you can't get to a pool, featuring a run and burpees so that everyone across the entire community can take a crack at it for themselves.
20 women in the second of 2 heats. Overall leader Tia Toomey will be right in the middle of the pool. Also want to keep an eye on Amanda Barnhart at the far side in lane 20.
Honestly, Sean, you can close your eyes and throw a dart and you're going to hit a good swimmer in this field. It's pretty amazing, but Tia Toomey doing everything she needed to do yesterday to get herself a substantial lead over Mal O'Brien. We say substantial of 50 points. Usually we're used to 250 points. But as I said, she has not lost an event that had a swim in it since 2015.
First round is underway, just 8 calories they need to complete. Hasn't been a problem so far. The top scores that we have seen: Julia Cotto and Ellie Turner, 124 total calories. That was in heat number 1. Paige Powers is one behind them. While Freya Moosberger at 123.
Tia Toomey in the center lane. She has the only white cap in the field. So the best swims we saw piece-wise each round in the last heat was about 37 to 38 seconds out of the pool. She's out in 35.
Toomey first to start the skier. Amanda Barnhart was second, followed by Christy O'Connell, and now just about everybody else is through their first 50-meter swim and onto the ski.
Tia's pushing the pace pretty good. I mean, Tia's rolling at 1,000 cal per hour pace. Like I said, it's just a buy-in, and buy-in can be 2 separate things, Sean. It can be effort or it can be time. If I want a little bit more time to rest, I'm gonna have to swim a little faster, ski a little harder. If I just wanna make sure that I save energy towards the end, this is that give or take we see a lot of athletes play with in events, especially AMRAPs and things of that nature. I just want to get there as easy as possible, because until we get to the max rounds of 2 minutes and 2 minutes for 2 sets, it really doesn't matter how fast you go.
Saw Danielle Brandon. She and Toomey were the first 2 women done with that initial 8-calorie ski. 20 seconds before we start the second window, where the athletes will now need to complete 10 calories on here.
Moving from 8 cals to 10.
Stand by.
Swim will stay the same.
Danielle Brandon right now, 6th place overall. She cracked the top 5.
Yeah, she was there. She just had a tough event finish last night. The echo press.
Toomey in that white swim pattern in the middle.
Two's ahead. 2 lanes below her is Haley Adams, who's keeping pace with her. Tia took that first one out pretty quick.
Amanda Barnhart as well with the swim. And Haley Adams is right there.
And it sounds odd to say, but they've probably been standing around. There is a warm-up pool below this pool here, so they've been skiing, so they've been having time to practice. Obviously, you got to stand around a bit before you get corralled. And you see this a lot in people's warm-ups before the workout actually starts, is you'll do something high intense for just a 60-second bout to just kind of reset the system. And I usually call it just like getting that first wind out of the way, right? You know that feeling you walk up a flight of stairs and you realize, like, am I this out of shape? I can't believe I'm this labored breathing walking up one flight of stairs, and sometimes you just need that kickstart to just set the system. I want to see that by Tia's strategy in that first round.
And everyone is through with those 10 calories. 20 women still alive as we move into window number 3 that will start in 4 minutes.
That rest interval is going to get less and less, but if you can still exude the same effort, even though the cows get longer on the skis. We talked about some of the best swimmers in the last heat. They were all in the top 3 spots. How do you pace yourself out for that final skier?
Ellie Turner was the one that we really didn't start talking about until those max effort skis. She was able to tie Julia Canto at 124 calories in heat number 1. So the second and final heat for the women. We are now in the 3rd window. 2 minutes to complete that 50-meter swim. 12 calories on the earth.
Flip turn is going to allow you to have a quicker turnaround, a little bit more speed off the wall. You don't get as much of a breath at the turn, which you see most athletes doing that open turn. We're saying how it's going to come down to the skis, so you look at some of the athletes in this field, Sean. Horvath, Amanda Barnes, Tia Toomey, Cora Saunders, Danielle Brandon. I mean, you go down the list and you just see athletes that can crush machine. And if they can get to the last round comfortably, it's really kind of a crapshoot of trying to guess who's going to win at the end of this based off who the athletes are in this field.
There's Tia Toomey. She and Danielle Brandon right now leading the ski pace. Brandon slightly ahead. She has the fastest calorie per hour, the highest calorie per hour. She's about a little more than 1,100 right now, almost 1,200 on her ski. And Brandon is now done and has more than 30 seconds to rest, along with most of the field. Danielle Brandon, 6th overall. She only trails Christy O'Connell by 11 points for 5th.
I find it interesting, this is the second interval-based event we've had. Earlier was
Stand
the
by.
sprint pusher, plus another one coming after this.
Fourth 2-minute window, 14 calories now need to be completed. And still all 20 women alive in this event.
And after this, we still have a 16 and an 18 before we get to those 2 rounds of max effort.
Top of your screen, Danielle Brandon is slightly ahead of Tia Toomey on that turn. Al O'Brien and Emma Lawson, the athletes immediately above and below Toomey on your screen, are staying right with her on that swim.
That's really all you need to do. Not going to win this race on the swim, especially, even at the end. And just finding that nice long pace. I like Danielle Brandon's stroke here. That big reach overhead, that big pull through the middle and below the knee. So she's getting a lot of more distance per stroke. But Emma Lawson on the right, a bit shorter. She's a bit of a smaller athlete relative to, say, Danielle Brandon. Danielle Brandon's going to be able to put a lot more power into that. And you can see it, Danielle Brandon's at like 1170 as far as her pace. Lawson, about 100 cal per hour less.
44 is the number they need to hit. Brandon, once again, is going to be done first all by Toomey and O'Connell. 30 seconds. O'Brien also in there as well. Now we move to the round of 16.
Work's getting higher, rest is getting less. Barnhart. Someone might need to go wake her up. She's so relaxed 10 seconds at the moment.
She's a former D1 swimmer at Cleveland State University. She swam for Wadsworth High School. She was a state qualifier as a sophomore and a senior, and a member of a relay team that set 4 school records.
So she's above average. rounds, it's interesting to see that the bunching is a bit tighter in the front than we've seen in the previous sets leading up to this. We've had more people gaining some ground on the swim, not so much here.
Christy O'Connell, Tia Toomey, Lucy Campbell, who's quite an accomplished open water swimmer, and Amanda Barnhart were the first 4 women done with the swim. 60 calories, that's a number they need to hit in order to move on to the next round. Toomey, the 10-minute mark.
Toomey still has a strong pace. She's at about 1140 calories per hour.
1 minute.
Is getting close to 1200. And O'Brien is starting to pick up her pace. So O'Brien's getting her name out there, and at the bottom, Barnhart, about 1140. So athletes are starting to tinker with what pace they're going to be comfortable with. Campbell is at a slower stroke rate. She's actually under 1,000, but again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter right now unless you're going to
30 seconds.
And for her comfortable pace with her open water background with swimming, I mean, she's got the endurance in the lungs. In open water is about slow, methodical rhythm stroke anyways, as far as the swim's concerned.
She's a former UK national team open water swimmer as a teenager with Lucy Campbell. 10 seconds. At Junior Europeans and 8th at Junior World. Just take a look at Danielle Brandon.
Stand by.
Okay, this is the last round, the round of 18 before we hit those max cals.
All 20 athletes are still alive. Don't just manage your pain, fix it with a Rosti Remote Recovery, now available nationwide. Scan the QR code to learn more and get started. Top of your screen, Barnhart, 2 legs down from her, Lucy Campbell. Middle of the screen, the white swim cap is Tia Toomey. And then 2 legs down from her is Christy O'Connell. Once again, the 4 of them out of the water first. Now they have to complete 18 calories to get to 78. And then it's the bonus rounds to add to your score. Toomey on the left, Amanda Barnhart on the right. Toomey right now leads in the ski, slightly ahead. I take that back. Amanda Barnhart is your leader on the ski right now. More than 1,200 calories per hour that she is pulling. Toomey sits in 2nd place, followed by O'Brien and Lucy Campbell, as well as Danielle Brandon.
Looking at paces too, McQuaid and McGawa have touched the 1,200 cal per hour during this. So we're setting the scene for what should shake out to be a good race in these last 2 rounds. Again, these last 2 rounds are going to be for max cals that they all get under their 18 cals in the next 30 seconds. See, the turnover rate for Tia was much faster than Barnhart, but Barnhart finished sooner than Tia.
Carolyn Credo is one of the only athletes still skiing, and she's going to have to do some work there at the far end of the floor to get in.
Stand by.
She's going to do it. But all 20 women alive now, and as we said in the last week, this is where the event starts. And just because you didn't do well in the swim in the first rounds doesn't mean you can't make up ground here, i.e. Ellie Turner in heat number 1.
Exactly, and it's, again, we don't want to say it's not about the swim because the swim has a definite fatigue element and time allotted element. But there's no need to outrace anyone if it's going to take away from your ability to hit the ski.
Take a look at Amanda Barnhart on the last ski, and then we left her in the pool. She and Lucy Campbell were way out front. Barnhart is out.
She's behind Campbell. Campbell pushed the pace hard in that first 50 yards, and she's hitting at about 1,300 calories per hour.
It's Campbell, followed by Barnhart, Toomey, Saunders, and Horvath here on this max calorie row.
It's one athlete we just didn't talk about too much is Saunders' ability to have success in the water. We've seen that at the beach events in Carson. But Laurel Horvath in that upper lane in lane 3, she's cranking on the ski erg as well, but Campbell got there so fast that she's had the time to get some cows on this field.
Score to beat is 124 calories. Julia Canto and Ellie Turner both accomplished that in heat number 1. And right now, Lucy Campbell is your leader. Barnhart trails by 1. Tia Toomey on the lead pace. And Horvath and Saunders, who we didn't talk about at all in those preliminary rounds, are now making a move here in the max effort round, the first of 2 max effort rounds.
You got 20 seconds. Ski all the way up to the 14-minute mark, and then maybe do one more pull before you jump in the water. Don't get off the ski early. It's not going to help at all. It's not about the swim. It's not starting to swim sooner. It's getting to the wall faster and skiing as long as you can.
Well, Paige Semenza taking a break early, and lane 19 is going to hop right back in the pool. And now this is the final round. Lucy Campbell leads with 109 calories.
Top part of your screen. Crushing the swim again. And this is where it pays to have a dedicated swimming background. She's going to be able to get about 5 seconds on the field. That might be 1 or 2 cows. She already has a head start on them on.
I think Laura Horvath may have been the second woman out of the pool. 124 the top score. Lucy Campbell leads at 114. Tia Toomey is trying to keep pace, as is Amanda Barnhart, but Lucy Campbell's pulling at 1,300 calories per hour, as is Laura Horvath. Horvath has now moved into 3rd.
See, athletes, you want to get as tall as you can, reach as high as you can, and just drop that chest and pull.
Laura Horvath is on the right side of your screen in lane 3.
Horvath making a move on Toomey. Horvath pulling at 1,400 calories per hour. No one's even close to that.
Lucy Campbell still leads. Campbell now is looking at an event win if she can hold off Barnhart and Horvath here in the final 20 seconds.
Laura Horvath, 1465. She's closing in on Barnhart. She's 100 cal per hour faster.
10 seconds to go. Lucy Campbell's got to hang on here. Barnhart and Horvath look like they're going to run out of time, so Lucy Campbell is going to pick up the event win in rinse and repeat with 138 calories. Amanda Barnhart will edge out Laura Horvath. Tia Toomey's going to take 4th in the event, and she will widen her lead over both Mal O'Brien and Emma Wasson. Great effort late by Laura Horvath. Same recipe we saw from Ellie Turner in heat number 1.
And Horvath really needed that. She's had a tough first half of the competition, but what's been in there almost every event is those high technical, high skilled gymnastics movement, which is not a strength. These events we've seen so far today, the swim and what's coming up at North Park, this is a great opportunity for Laura Horvath to get some much needed points to get her back up the leaderboard.
But it's Lucy Campbell, the CrossFit Games rookie, with her first career event win, who paced this perfectly and then stomped the gas late.
Said it's a ski event, but if you can swim, you can relax and you can save it all for the ski. Lucy Campbell not only did save her speed for the end, her speed in the water gave her more time on the ski erg, and the way she attacked this the whole way through, her pace never dropped from start to finish.
Lucy Campbell amasses 138 calories, beats Amanda Barnhart by 4. Laura Horvath was 1 calorie behind Barnhart. And Tia Toomey at 131 is going to take 4th place.